This guy have been trying to go to America for a very long time. He have been trying to get his visa. He went to the embassy a couple of times, didn't get through. Occasion he went, and the computer, when it was his time to go, the person that he originally wanted to go to, the person that was giving everybody visa at the time, like everybody go to that person would get through. He was waiting to go to that person, but somehow that day was just not, his lucky day or something like that. So the person that was in front of him, he would have been the next person to go to the interviewer that he wanted to go to. But someone called him out of the line. One of the interviewer called him out of the line, just chose him randomly and sent him to the lady that nobody wanted to go to. That one was like turned down everybody. She started interviewing him, and something happened. The computer stopped working about 10 minutes or so. They resolved the computer issue and then just tell him that, sorry, you have to try again. Anyways, he went again and then he got through. This time he was in college. He was studying engineering. So they had a J1 work program and he wanted to go. We got his visa so he could be able to go on the J1 work program. Because he's a student, it wasn't a problem for him. He didn't really have the money to pay the plane fare and all of that, and to have a little money while he was, at the place that he was going to work. So his aunt gave him some money. His girlfriend, because his girlfriend was living in New York at the time, she also sent him some money through Western Union. His cousin drove him to the airport. So guys, before the guy went to America, he used to visit his aunt and cousin very regularly. They had a good relationship and all of that. The day before he was going to go to America, he came and told his aunt, he's going and all of that. He got through and all of that. And yeah, man, and his grandmother, he would visit his grandmother from time to time and all of that. Now the guy is in America. He went to the hotel where the work program, he went to the hotel. And this guy from Jamaica, this guy didn't really like hard work. He didn't really like hard work. Hard work was not his first choice. He is more like the office type person. He mostly worked at call centers. That was his job when he was in Jamaica. And then he started going to college. So he was doing engineering. And after that, that's where he got the opportunity to go on the J1 program to America for the summer. After the summer is over, then you're supposed to come back to your country. But guys, the guy was there working at the hotel. Didn't like it. He said it was hard work and he didn't like it. Remember, I said it was more like on the lazy side. So he didn't like that work, and he was also complaining that the hotel that he was working, there are lots of gays. And because he was a Christian, he didn't want to work there because things that they wanted him to do, he didn't want to do that. Spoke to his mommy and said he was going to come because he's not liking the work. He spoke to his aunt. His aunt said to him, why don't you stay and finish up the work? Get some more money at that workplace. You don't have to do things that you don't want to do. Just stay there, work there, get your money, because you don't want to go to New York and depend on your mother. You want to, if you go there, you want to have some money in your pocket for yourself, that you can do your own thing, you can buy your own food, you can be independent. He didn't listen to his aunt. He got frustrated off a job, so he couldn't take it anymore, and he went to New York to live with his mother. Now his mother, yes, she had his room all sorted out, all ready for him and all of that, bought clothes for him and all of that. Yes, it's her son. Now guys, so this mother, she was living in Jamaica. This was her first child when she was in Jamaica, but she left him with her sister when the child was 12 years old, and went on work program just the same, and didn't come back. She have not once visited her family in Jamaica. Her mother is in Jamaica. Her father passed away some time ago and she did not get to come to the funeral. She said she didn't have her green card, but to the family that was just a lie. Family said it was a lie because at the time she had two businesses in New York and she was married. So they were saying she was just giving them a pill. Now, when the son went to the hotel on the J1 program, remember I said he couldn't manage that lifestyle because of the situation that he was in, and the work was hard, and because he was working as a houseman at the hotel, and hard work was just not his thing. So he went to live with his mommy, And living with his mommy, he thought he was going to be in a better rose, but he was wrong because he and his mommy just could not agree. Remember, his mommy left him from he was 12 years old. So you have a saying that see with me and live with me are two different things. Yes, she left him from he was 12 years old. Now going back to live with him when he's in his 20s, it was a bad decision because everything he did was a problem to her. If he used the stove to cook something, it was a problem to her because she's a neat freak. Her daughter, which is the young man's sister, they used to have a good relationship, but after a while, the relationship was getting really bad because the guy was saying his mother is showing favoritism. Now, this was your first child. You left him in Jamaica from he was pretty young and you have another child and now you're showing favoritism. So it was so bad that the guy was having a problem with what was going on in the house. His mommy would complain that he's nasty because whenever time he eats in the room, he would leave the whatever container he used, he would leave it on the dresser. Or if he eat biscuit and stuff, he would leave the biscuit plastic on the dresser or sometimes in the drawer. If he wears his clothes, the dirty clothes, he would put it with the clean clothes underneath the closet. So sometimes the dirty clothes get mixed up with the clean clothes. She would complain that the room was smelling really bad, and because she's a neat freak, she didn't want her friends to come there when they have to pass his room to guest bathroom. She didn't want the room to smell really bad, and in the house, she was complaining that the house was smelling bad because of his room. When he was in Jamaica, this girl that he was talking to, she got the opportunity to go to America. Do not know how she reached up there. I didn't get that part of the story. I don't know if it was a work program she went and I don't know, but she was now living up there and she was working a good job. Now that he's there, you go and visit her from time to time. And because he wasn't working, she would, give him money and all of that. His dad didn't really like the girl because they said she was a bad influence on him. The mother didn't like the girl because she was saying the same thing. And the reason why they said this is because they were always arguing. Time they had a big argument and landlord had to, get involved and the landlord banned him from coming to the house. But he broke the rule. He would hide and go there, break up, and then they make up. They were having basically a toxic relationship. And that was putting a toll on his mother and her husband because his mother said whenever time he would be at her house, whenever time he's there, he just sit in his room and he was just going into depression because he was being so worried. He was worried about this girl. So she was worried about him because he was getting very slim. He wasn't eating. She was scared he would commit suicide. So he finally got a job working at this place, but the person that he was working for, the supervisor there, just did not like black people, much more did not like Jamaican. There was a lot of Jamaican working there, and they would give him the heads up and tell him what to expect and what to do and what not to do. So the person that was the supervisor there was giving him specifically a hard time because he was giving him a heavy workload. And whenever time is like his day off, he would have to go in and work because they would request for him to come in. So that was a bit hard for him, and he didn't like it, but his mother said to him, you need to stay there and work there until you get something else. Yes, he stayed there and he worked. He was able to buy he was going to buy a bicycle. His mother said, this is America. What are you doing buying a bicycle? Have some ambition and something. So he saved and he bought a van. After all of that, guys, he still talking to the girl. There was another girl there that was interested in him. She was working at the same place that he was working, but because he was so much in love with this girl from Jamaica, he didn't show any interest in her. Now, guys, after all of that, the guy, when he just went to America, he used to keep the connection with his family back in Jamaica. A month after being over there, guys, he totally forgot about his family back in Jamaica. He stopped calling them, stopped talking to them, totally forgot that the money that he got to pay his plane fare, a part of that money was a loan from his aunt. Long story short, he has been in over there for 5 years and he was still illegal, working here and there and all of that. He and the girl now broke up because their relationship was too toxic. He met another girl and they were going good, things going good. His mother and stepfather loved this one and all of that. And they were working and they rented an apartment and they were living together and all of that. No, guys, after living over there for 5 years, no, this thing came up where all illegal immigrants have to go back to their country. So you know what happened, guys? He got deported right back to Jamaica. with nothing. Can you imagine, guys? Now he had to come and beg his family forgiveness. When he came back to Jamaica, his family they didn't really, they forgave him, yes, but they were just not into him like how they used to be. So he went and he lived with his dad. His dad had a one room kitchen and bathroom, so he was now living with his dad. Long after he got another job in Jamaica at another call center, but life was just not going for him the way that it was for him when he was overseas. But guys, let it be a lesson to you. Whenever time you get opportunity to go to another country, do not abandon your family. Don't forget about your family in the country that you're leaving from. You understand? They have a saying, don't throw away your stick before you cross the water, or don't burn the bridge before you cross it. A lot of us do that, and then we end up in situation that, we wish we weren't in. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.